Yo, what's up, guys? The random man named Sam here to bring you guys an episode 5. It's 5. Episode 5 review of Tokyo ESP. And wow, a lot of stuff happened in this episode. As far as info dumping wise, good amount of stuff happened, were explained and stuff, pretty much explained, happened in this episode. Find out that the professor is actually Kotaro's adopted father. Apparently, he and Kotaro's actual parents were working together on some experiment, and his parents sent him overseas so he wouldn't get involved or pretty much have anything to do with it. And then when his parents died and he was pretty much near the brink of death, the professor took him in along with Minami, which I believe Minami's mother was also involved in the project that him and Kotaro's parents are in, because like in the middle of the episode, the professor was like playing this piano piece, and it was the same song that her mother played, and it was apparently Minami's mother's. It was the anniversary of Minami's mom's death, so um, yeah, it was also kind of interesting how Azuma Kotaro was pretty much was like, when he awakened his Esper powers, he thought it had something to do with his the parent his parents' project or experiment. And it was also interesting that the professor was pretty much the cause of the flying fish recently, because he got a hold of that rock where pretty much it releases the golden fish that gives people Esper powers and stuff. So he's pretty much responsible for Rinka and possibly Kotaro's Esper powers coming developing pretty much. Um, and apparently the reason as to why he's doing this is so he can gather Espers so they could partake in this Esper takeover, where pretty much anyone with Esper powers will reign supreme over the humans, or pretty much people with non Esper powers. Um, which I mean, it was kind of obvious considering how, again, episode 1 like, so. And he also warned her that in a week or so a miracle will happen, which I'm assuming that's also going back to episode 1. So yeah, but other than that, this was an alright episode. So, it's kind of cool. It was interesting to know some of these things, especially how Minami and Kotaro's relationship, because apparently at first Minami really didn't really didn't care too much about Kotaro when he first was brought in by the professor. But when he like stood up for her against those guys that were like, "Hey man, I see how you're living with Minami. I bet you be banging her all night. So let me hit her hit her up real quick," or stuff like that. And Kotaro was like, "Bitch, no," and like fucking elbowed that dude. And of course, it's 3 against 1. Kotaro got his ass beat, and yeah, and yeah, that was. I mean, to be honest, it would have been badass if Kotaro took them all 3 of them down, but that doesn't really sound realistic at all, considering he isn't really much of a fighter in the first place. But what else is there to like? What else was there in the episode worth mentioning? I didn't think what's her name? The Black Fist. I don't remember her name. I'm just gonna refer to her as a Black Fist. Apparently, she has a sister. I'm guessing that's her sister. That was pretty much wearing the suit with the V-neck showing her cleavage and shit like that, just like the Black Fist is wearing. That was interesting, I guess. And yeah, nothing else worth mentioning, to be honest. And I'm sorry I keep saying a lot, but it's just, yeah, just I don't really know what else to talk about as far as this episode goes. So looking forward to next week's episode. Dare I go say again. But anyway, I'm just gonna stop the review here. Let me know what your thoughts on. Let me know your thoughts on this week's episode of Tokyo ESP. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Indifferent to it? Comment, like, subscribe, dislike the video if you hated this review, and subscribe for more Tokyo ESP videos. And I will see you guys next week with my episode 6 review.